Good afternoon, SHS. Welcome to the Salem Show from our Washington County Community Foundation studios at Salem High School. I'm your host, Sydney Brown.
And I'm your other host, Flora Wade.
Welcome to our fabulous 4th episode.
Are you ready for Christmas?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We just had Halloween.
Yes, so it's Christmas time.
But what about Thanksgiving?
That's November 24th, so the rest of the time we can celebrate Christmas.
Well, I know someone who is already starting to play Christmas music and watch Christmas movies.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yes, but do we have to celebrate it for 2 months?
Yes.
Well, we'll think about that. Let's get on to announcements before she starts breaking out into Christmas carols.
Today is the deadline to register for the ACT on December 10th. Go to www.actstudent.org to register. See Mrs. Martin if you have any questions. College
Goals Sunday is Sunday, November 6th. This is another opportunity to get free professional help filling out the financial aid form, FAFSA. Remember, all 21st century scholars are required to fill out the FAFSA. Anyone planning to go to college should. Go to collegegoalsunday.org for location information. Students taking the SAT on Saturday should report to the front lobby by 7:45 a.m. Remember your photo ID, calculator, admission ticket, and number 2 pencils. The Washington County Youth Foundation is opening up a mid-year recruitment open to students grades 9 through 11. This is the first time the Youth Foundation has explored a mid-year recruitment, and I hope your students are taking advantage of it. If you wouldn't mind, please place this in your school announcement so all school students have the opportunity to hear about it. I've also attached a flyer to be put in hallways and high traffic areas, as it does have a QR code so students can easily get the application. The deadline to email Reagan Richardson about applications is November 22nd, 2022 at 4 p.m. Currently, only Salem students have taken the opportunity to join our worthwhile organization, and we would love to have students from Eastern and West Washington join us as well as Salem students. This program is a great way to learn about giving back to the community, philanthropy, and having fun while doing it. Applications and more information are available at the Washington County Community Foundation website under the Youth Foundation tab. Feel free to ask Reagan Richardson any questions by emailing her at the address below. She looks forward to being in touch with students from all 3 county schools. Remember, vending machines are off limits during school hours. If you need a snack, please go to the vending machines before the start of school or after the school has let out for the day. And just your yearly reminder about your Chromebook. Make sure when your Chromebook gets down to 5%, you charge it. Shut down your Chromebooks when you aren't on it. This will eliminate most issues in charging Chromebooks. Winter is coming, unfortunately, so be careful with your Chromebook. Make sure you're not leaving your Chromebook out in the cold because this may harm the screen or interfere with connections. Now, let's head over to Davern for the weather. What's the weather going to be like? I hope the warm weather stays around for a while.
Thanks, Flora and Sydney. Well, I can tell you that the weather next week will be better, but you'll need your umbrella. So let's get to it. Friday, we'll have a high of 72 and a low of 50. It'll also be sunny. Saturday, we'll have a high of 70 and a low of 56, but it'll be rainy. We have a girls' basketball game at Seymour. Sunday, we'll have a high of 67 and a low of 46. It'll also be rainy, so bring an umbrella. Monday, we'll have a high of 68 and a low of 44. It'll be partially cloudy. Tuesday, we'll have a high of 71 and a low of 38. It'll be sunny. And we have a girls' basketball game at Crawford County. It's also National Tongue Twister Day. On Wednesday, we'll have a high of 64 and a low of 37. It'll be cloudy. Thursday, we'll have a high of 63 and a low of 34. It'll also be partially cloudy. Friday, we'll have a high of 63 and a low of 44. It'll be partially cloudy. It's a National Origami Day, and we'll have our first girls' basketball home game on Friday. Thanks. Now let's pause for a short commercial break, and then we'll head over to Community News with Elaine.
Why should I start a fund in the foundation? When you start a fund in the Community Foundation, your values will continue in the community for generations to come while benefiting your favorite causes. Giving through the foundation allows flexibility in charitable giving, and your generosity will continue to benefit the causes and organizations you care about most forever. What can I give to the Community Foundation? The short answer is practically anything. However, we want to work with you to make sure that you give the gift that is most beneficial for you. We know you want to be generous, but why not also maximize your tax savings while you're at it? Very often, people give cash. However, we can also accept stocks, bonds, life insurance, IRAs, real estate, and even grain, timber, and livestock. But please don't bring your cow to our office. We are happy to work with you to determine the gift that makes the most sense for you.
Thanks, Davin, for that weather forecast. Let's keep the warmer weather around longer. And by the way, I'm not Elaine. I'm typically on the radio, so he might have forgotten who I was. Oh well. This week for Community News, we had a chance to sit down and talk to some of our longtime business here in Salem. This week we focus on GKN and what they produce, and we got a behind-the-scenes look at how their product is made.
We are here at GKN Center Metals on the west side of Salem. They've been in business for over 70 plus years, and we are talking with
Doug Janes.
Doug Janes. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Yep, it's not a problem. I enjoy it.
So, for those that don't know, what does GKN Center Metals manufacture here?
So our primary product is transmission parts for GM Ford.
Thank you. Since your company has been around for quite some time, how has your organization changed over time?
So it goes back to, like you said, we've been here for over 70 years. So in the innovation in the automotive industry, so transmissions, different types of transmissions, automatics from 4 speeds, 3 speeds, 4 speeds, 5 speeds, all the way up to 8 speeds now. So.
And speaking of change, how has your organization, has it always been named GKN?
It hasn't been named GKN. It's been 4 different names. In '99, it went from Center Metals to GKN Center Metals. And GKN had purchased this plant and several others across North America at that time.
How has your automation and robotics impacted the manufacturing process within your organization?
So early on in this operation, before robotics, we did a lot of manual handling. So our process is pretty, it's a pretty critical part to the transmission business. So when you handle those parts before they're sintered, they have a lot of opportunity for damage. So when you put robotics into the situation, it reduces those types of things. So it increases efficiency, decreases scrap or damaged product.
Where are your clients located? Are they local, national, global?
So our clients we're a global company, so our clients are located within a shipping distance of our facility. So we have facilities in North America that are located close to automotive manufacturers. So one of our largest customers is a Ford plant in Kentucky.
What other sectors or companies does your company support?
So a sister company of ours, so we're a powdered metal facility. So what that means is we buy powdered metal from a sister plant in Hageness, Tennessee, or Gallatin, Tennessee. So they ship the powder out when we make that. So that's a company that we support locally. And then our products, of course, are sent out to our customers. So,
if someone were to work here, what are the most important characteristics you would look for in a potential employee?
So we're looking for employees on multiple stages. So for people who want to go to school and become engineers, we're looking for manufacturing engineers, product engineers. So those are all things that we look from an educational standpoint. We also are looking for business administration, accounting, finance type of people who want those types of jobs. And one of the biggest impacts that we have in our community right here is just entry-level positions. So for this plant, we are always focused. So college is not for everybody. So those people who don't feel like they have that avenue to follow or don't want to follow that avenue, they can always come and see us. So one of the programs that we have here is we have a CNC national certification program. So we hire people off the street with absolutely no skills at all, and we'll send them to school, we'll pay for the school, and we'll pay them while they're going. And when they come out of this training, they have a full-time job here, and that job can make anywhere to $25.50 an hour. So they don't have any cost for education. They get paid while they're being trained. They have a job when they come out of the training. So.
Because you have all these moving parts, what are the procedures to repair them?
So most of our stuff is not repairable. So we bring it in, we compact it into a green part, we send it through an oven, then we center it into a hardened part, and then we machine that part. And once that part has been machined, then that part's either useful or not useful.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
I think the main thing that I want to share with this group and the people at Salem High School is that we're a large employer of the local community. So we are looking for employees all the time. I have, right now today, I could hire 14 people. If I can get 14 people to come to work for us, I would want that to be. So again, what I want people to know coming out of here is that we have educational assistance programs, and we will pay for training. So,
well, thank you for your time with me today. This is SLN reporter Gavin Ross, back in the studio.
We'd like to thank Doug Janes for sitting down with us and giving us a tour of the facility. Stay tuned for more interviews with people around Salem and Washington County. Now let's head over to Braden with the Hoosier Upland Sports Minute.
Thanks, Mason. Now let's get into sports from the slightly renewed Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. Be prepared for our basketball season starting this week, as we have the girls heading to Seymour tomorrow night. Good luck, ladies. And also be prepared for our winter sports as the seasons kick off with wrestling, swimming, and basketball. It's looking like it's going to be a fun winter this year. Yeah. And speaking of a new season, the annual Lions Helping Lions Soup Supper planned for November 23rd prior to the West Washington game. So, if you didn't know, that will be our first home game for the boys basketball season. It will also be alumni night for the SLNN crew. We will have interviews with some of the people that have graduated, so stay tuned. The NFL has had some fiery games these past 2 weeks, including the Eagles keeping their winning streak against the Steelers. The Bills are also on fire, beating the Packers 27-17. A lot of good games coming up this week, including the Seattle Seahawks up against the Cardinals and the Rams versus the Buccaneers. And moving on to hockey, it's been an interesting 2 weeks since the last time I reported on it. When a person watches a New Jersey Devils game, they're usually in for a boring watch, unless it was last Thursday, in which you would have watched the Devils do all but laugh at Detroit, winning 6-2. And that very same day, we had a really good matchup with last year's Stanley Cup winners, the Colorado Avalanches, and the runner-up in playoffs, the New York Rangers. This was bound to be a good game, as both teams were at a shot for the Cup last year, but it was for any Avalanche fans because they won 3-2. The Rangers have been looking good this season, but they can't win everything. And I'm excited to see where the seasons go. I figured I would spare you and make it a little shorter today, but you'll still have to sit through this commercial break before Monday Matters.
Shop local at Lynx Clothing and Shoes. Lynx offers a wide variety of clothing. Looking for a nice outfit for the night? Lynx has it. Need a nice pair of shoes to go with it? Lynx has it. Lynx doesn't just offer nice clothes, though. They also provide all your local sports team gear. Shop for Salem, Eastern, or West Washington merchandise. Is your child missing any sports gear for his or her game? Lynx has it. With the wide selection and stylish and comfortable clothing and shoes, all your sports gear and equipment needs, along with their reasonable prices and a central location in the heart of downtown Salem, Indiana, there is no reason you shouldn't stop by and shop at Lynx Clothing and Shoes.
Thanks, Braden, for the long Sports Minute from the Hoosier Upland Sports Desk. And this Monday Matters. Ralph Nichols once said, "The most basic of all human needs is the need to understand and be understood. The best way to understand people is to listen to them." Have you ever had a conversation with someone and immediately observed the type of mood they were in? Maybe they were carrying their bodies in a certain way, or you could tell from their expression on their face. Many times, we can understand others even before they can begin to speak. The way someone walks in a room, the tone of their voice, eye contact, and facial expressions are all nonverbal signals to communicate what they may be feeling or thinking. Psychologists have researched and developed a model for when we communicate feelings, emotions, and attitudes. Their research has found that communication is 7% of spoken words, 38% how we communicate, tone of voice, speed of words, facial expressions, and 55% of communication is body language. The words we say are only a small part of the conversation. Most of our communication is what we do with our body and face. That's a lot of language that we don't hear. Listening is essential, and when we listen, we become better friends, better students, and better family members, and better members of our community. When we try to become understanding listeners, we can learn more from others and make them feel heard and supported. Listening is more than hearing the words. It's using our awareness to notice and observe and make connections. It creates trust. Listening creates a space to understand and be understood. Now, let's head back over to the anchors.
Thanks, Elaine, for that Monday Matters. Well, I'm seeing the end of the show is near.
That's right, Flora. But we want to take a minute and ask everyone to be better.
Salem Community Schools is a great place to grow and learn.
Absolutely, Flora. So let's take care of each other and be respectful to one another and the building.
Let's be better.
Thank you for tuning in to the Salem Show from the Washington County Community Foundation studios.
We have one big announcement to make.
What's that, Flora?
We have received a $5,000 grant from Hoosier Uplands.
That's big.
That's right. It's a huge deal.
Do you have any ideas what the money is going to be used for?
Yes, we will be purchasing wireless equipment for our cameras, a new vMix license, and much, much more.
That sounds awesome, but more work.
But we are up for it, so this will conclude our fabulous 4th episode of the semester.
As the show winds down, we would like to remind everyone watching to like and subscribe to our account and streaming channels.
Also, don't forget to check out our other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. On these apps, you can view an array of videos and updates about our Salem Lions News Network.
We'll see you next time, and have a great gold-blooded week, Lions.
This program is a great way to learn about giving back to the community, philanthropy. This program is a great way to learn about giving back to the community. Okay, how do you say it?
Philanthropy.
Philanthropy.
Yeah, philanthropy.
I was about to say that's the wrong one. About what they produce and what we got behind the scenes. Look, ugh. Sorry, I need to.